Dear students of class 8, hope you are enjoying the lockdown. Are you? How are you all? I miss all of you. Hope you have gone through my first and second chapter videos and have understood. I have a little doubt with regard to the notes. If you are finding it difficult to note down from the videos, you may please contact me in my WhatsApp number, which is 7470810388, so that I can give you the notes in PDF or any other format in which you would find it much easier to note down the notes. Clear? Shall we go to the next chapter? And I want to remind you something else. That is, I shall be taking the online test within 2 weeks. Clear? So be prepared as you go through these chapters. Not only just to go through or write down the notes, you must be thorough with the chapters. Please do study also. The third chapter is my financial career. The main topic is the confession of the narrator's phobia about the bank. You all must have gone to the bank for various transactions, either to get the check signed or withdraw the bank amount or to deposit some of the other businesses. But at the first time, we all will have that kind of nervousness since we do not know how to do it properly. So this man is also having such kind of nervousness in the bank. This is his experience in the bank. Shall I begin? Chapter 3, my financial career. As I teach you, students, please open your textbook and see. When I go into a bank, I get rattled. The clerks rattle me, the wickets rattle me, the sight of the money rattles me, and everything rattles me. The moment I cross the threshold of the bank, I am a hesitating jay. If I attempt to transact business, I become an irresponsible idiot. When I go into a bank, I get rattled. The clerks rattle me, the wickets rattle me, the sight of the money rattles me, and everything rattles me. The word meaning of rattled or rattles is nervousness or worry. Worried, nervousness, nervous. Clear? The word meaning of wicket means it's a small door in the door or in the wall, which we have in the school of the stationery and the fee counter. Do you remember? Yes, that's a small door, wicket. So everything, as he go to the bank, the sight of the bank, the the clerks, the money, everything of the bank rattles him. The word meaning of rattle is nervous, and the word meaning of wicket is the small door, small opening of the door or in the wall with a grill or a glass. The moment I cross the threshold of the bank, I am hesitating jay. Threshold means the very point of entrance. That is a threshold. The moment I cross the threshold of a bank, I am a hesitating jay. Hesitating jay means one who pauses before acting because of uncertainty. When we do not know how to act or how to begin, we have that, we pause. So this is hesitating jay. If I attempt to transact business, I become an irresponsible idiot. So he doesn't know. Transact means carry out, to conduct the business. So he doesn't know how to deposit or neither to withdraw the money or any other business of the bank. I become irresponsible idiot. Become a foolish person that time. I knew this beforehand, but my salary had been raised to $50 a month. I felt that the bank was the only place for it. I knew this beforehand, but my salary has been raised to $50 a month. So there is an increment in his salary. That is, he got an increment of $50 a month. He is getting as a salary $50. So he is thinking that he felt that the bank was the only safe place to deposit this money. So I shambled in and looked timidly around at the clerks. I had an idea that a person about to open an account must consult the manager. So I shambled. The word meaning of shambled meant to walk slowly and awkwardly without lifting one's feet. To walk slowly and awkwardly without lifting one's feet is the word meaning of shamble. I shambled in and looked timidly. Timid. Timid means fear or not having courage or confidence, lacking that. Around at the close, I had an idea that a person about to open an account must consult the manager. He's feeling very awkward, timid, uh, such kind of feeling he's having, and he doesn't know, and he is thinking that to open the account he must meet the manager. He's having that idea. He is feeling. Nobody has told him, but he is feeling with it. I went up to a wicket marked accountant. So he went up to a wicket marked accountant where it is written accountant. He went to a small opening of the door, or the wicket, as I saw, I told you, the window. He went to that. The accountant was tall, cool devil. The very sight of him rattled him, and my voice was sepulchral. 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 My voice was sepulchral. The word meaning of sepulchral is suggesting death, but here it is like gloomy, um, um, mournful. Funeral. In the funeral, do we ever joyously say anything? Nothing more. So we say always mournfully. So his voice has become such sepulchral. Can I see the manager? I said, and added solemnly, alone. I don't know why I said alone. Certainly, said the accountant and fetched him. Can I see the manager? I said, and added solemnly, alone. I don't know why I said alone. Certainly, said the accountant and fetched him. So he is asking the man. He is asking that where did he go? He went to the wicket where it was marked accountant. So he naturally went to the accountant. So he is asking the accountant that can I see the manager? And he added one more words over there. Alone. Solemnly means seriously. Alone. And I don't know why I said alone. And he himself do not know why he added that alone. Certainly, said the accountant and fetched him. Uh, fetch means took him to. Fetched him. Go for and then bring. So he must have gone to manager and brought him to the manager, or brought the manager to the this fellow. The manager was a grave, calm man. The manager was a grave, calm man. I held my $56 clutched in a crumbled ball in my pockets. The manager was a grave. Grave means not cheerful, it is serious, but calm man. I held my 56. How many dollars he had? $56. Clutched in a crumbled ball in a pocket. The word meaning of clutched means grasp something tightly out of fear, or the facial expression is like keeping together, like. And in a crumbled ball in my pockets. Crumbled means full of holes. Several times, as we have we have this towel which we could fold it properly and at the same time crumble, putting together. So crumbled in my pocket with several folds. Okay, are you the manager? I said, God knows, I didn't doubt it. Yes, he said, are you the manager? So he's asking the manager, are you the manager? I said, God knows, I didn't doubt it. I did not have any doubt. Yes, he said, can I see you? I asked, alone. I didn't want to say alone again, but without it, the thing seemed self-evident. So again, to the manager also he is asking, can I see you alone? So he did not, but it is coming out without which the words are not complete. The manager looked at me in some alarm. So the same way, if anybody asks us, can I see you alone? Without anybody's disturbance, we also would think, what's happening? Is there something personal secret over here? So the same way, the manager thought that little alarm. The manager looked at me in some alarm. He felt that I had an awful secret to reveal. He's thinking that he has brought some secret to tell him. Terror stricken. Awful means terror stricken. Secret to reveal. Come in here, he said, and led the way to private room. He turned the key. So the manager took him inside a room, the private room, and he turned the key. We are safe from interruption here. Interruption means interaction of anybody else outside. He said, sit down. Here you may sit. We both sat down and looked at one another. I found no voice to speak. And he was again nervous. He did not know what to know. Words are coming out. You are one of Pinker's men? I presume, he said. Pinker means it's one of the detective men. I presume, I suppose, he said. He had gathered from my mysterious manner that I was a detective. The way this fellow narrator was acting, the manager assumed that he is a detective person. Mysterious means strange or not understood properly. I knew that he was thinking. I knew what he was thinking, and it made me worse. So when he understood, the narrator understood that the manager is looking at him with a mysterious. He's seeing his mysterious manner of behavior. He's looking at him as a VIP or a detective person. He all the more felt nervous. No, not from Pinksters, I said, seemingly to imply that I came from a rival agency. To tell the truth, I went on as if I had been prompted to lie about it. I'm not a detective at all. I have come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in this bank. So he is telling, no, I am not from that one of the detective family or any other place. I said, seemingly to imply that I came from a rival agency. He came from a rival agency. To tell the truth, I went on as if I had been prompted to lie. Prompted to means very quick to lie about it. I'm not detective at all. I'm not detective at all. I have come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in this bank. So I have come to open the account, and I just wanted to open the account. The manager looked relieved but still serious. He concluded now that I was a son of a Baron Rothschild or a young girl. One of the millionaire or VIP, he thought. The manager was little cool by hearing that he is not from one of the detective. A large account, I suppose, he said. Then the manager is asking, large account? Yeah, he said, fairly large. I whispered, I propose to deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly. So now, for the time being, I have got $56, and every month I will be depositing $50, which is his salary. The manager got up and opened the door, and he called to the accountant. Mr. Montgomery, he said, unkindly loud. This gentleman is opening an account. He will deposit $56. So he called the accountant. It would be his name. Unkindly loud means little too loud, not considering someone's feeling. So he called out little louder the accountant's name and said, this man wants to open an account, so take him. I rose. A big iron door stood open at the side of the room where they keep the money, cash. The big iron door stood open at the side of the room. Good morning, I said, and stepped into the safe. Okay, come out, said the manager coldly, and showed me the other way. So he took him from the private room and showed him the other way. I went up to the accountant's wicket and poked the ball of money at him with a quick, convulsive movement, as if I were doing a conjuring trick. My face was ghastly pale. I went up to the accountant's wickets. Again, he went near that small window of the accountant and hit hard. poked means hit hard. The ball of money, which I said, which he had, yeah, the ball of money at him with a quick convulsive movement. Convulsive means violent or uncontrollable. Convulsive movement of muscles one cannot control. That is convulsive movement, as if I were doing a conjuring trick. Conjuring means to make something appear by magic. My face was ghastly pale, extremely bad, causing great horror or fear. That is ghastly. Pale, already pale. Fate. Here, I said, deposit. The tone of the word seemed to mean, Lord, let us do this painful thing while the fit is on us. It's a suitable time. As it is a suitable time, please deposit fast. So he deposited fast. He took the money and gave it to another clerk. He made me write the sum on a slip and sign my name in a book. I no longer knew what I was doing. The bank swam before my eyes. He took the money and gave it to another clerk. So he took the money and gave it to another clerk. He made me write the sum on a slip and sign my name in the book. Made him to sign in one of the books. Signatures, yeah, specimen. I no longer knew what I was doing. He was not aware about what he is doing. The bank swam before my eyes. Swam means, yeah, push, to reel or whirl before. Appear to reel or whirl before. That is the word meaning of swam. Before my eyes. It is deposited. Is it deposited? I asked in a hollow, vibrating voice. Hollow means low, flat, toneless, dull voice, vibrating voice. It is, said the accountant. Then I went to draw a check. Then he went to draw a check. My idea was to draw out $6 of it for present use. Someone gave me a checkbook through a wicket, and someone else began telling me how to write it about. The people in the bank had the impression that I was an invalid millionaire. I wrote something on the check and thrust it in at the clerk. He looked at it. My idea was to draw $6 of it for present use. For temporary use, he needed $6. So somebody gave him the check leaf through the window, and then somebody else told him how to write it about. The people in the bank had the impression that I was an invalid millionaire. Invalid means someone who is sick or unable to take care of self. So I wrote something on the check and thrust it at the clerk, and he looked at it. Thrust means push suddenly or violently in specified direction. And he looked at it. What? Are you drawing it all out again? He asked in surprise. Then I realized that I had written 56 instead of 6. I was too far gone to reason now. I had a feeling that it was impossible to explain the thing. All the clerks had stopped writing to look at me. Reckless with misery, I made a plunge. What? So just $56 just now only he deposited, and he is drawing it out. And they are asking, are you taking it out? So then he realized that he has written instead of 6, 56. So he did not want to give any, he felt like it is impossible to explain the things. All the clerks had stopped writing to look at me. Reckless with misery, I made a plunge. Reckless with misery. Reckless with misery means he was feeling fearless, foolish, careless, thoughtless rush. And misery, I made a plunge. Plunge means jump or drive quickly. That is the word meaning of plunge. He made the move. Yes, the whole thing. You withdraw your money from the bank. Every cent of it. He's asking, they're asking, are you going to withdraw the whole amount? Yes. He said, every cent of it, everything. Are you not going to deposit anymore? Said the clerk, astonished, means greatly surprised, amazed. Never. So he's telling, no, never. The idiot hope struck me that they might think something had insulted me while I was writing the check, and that I had changed my mind. I made a wretched attempt to look like a man with a fearfully cooked temper. So they are thinking that while he was writing the check, something has happened or something happened to him, so he is withdrawing all the money. The clerk prepared to pay the money. How will you have it? He said, what? They are asking, how will you have it? How will you have it? Oh, I caught this his meaning and answered without even trying to think in 50s. He gave me a $50 bill. And then six, he asked dryly. Dryly means ironically or humorously. In sixes, I said. He gave it to me and I rushed out. Rush means went out. As the big door swung behind me, I caught the echo of the roar of laughter that went up to the ceiling of the bank. Since then, I bank no more. I keep my money in cash in my trousers pockets and my savings in silver dollars in a sock. As the big door swung behind me, swung is the past participle of swing. So, as he came out of the bank, as the doors were closed, I caught the echo of the roar of laughter. Roar of laughter means they were laughing very, yeah, every one of them laughed. That went up to the ceiling of the bank. And since then, I bank no more. And thereafter, he went to the bank never. I keep my money in cash in my trousers pocket. So, where does he keep the money? In trousers pocket, and my savings in silver dollars in a sock. Sock is the single, socks, plural, and singular verb is sock. Um, Inner soul. So he keeps, where does he keep the money now? He does not keep it in the bank. He never went to the bank. In trousers pocket and savings in silver dollars in the sock. That's all about Stephen Leacock. He is the writer. He is a Canadian teacher, political scientist, and a writer. He is widely recognized for his humor in short stories between 910 to 925. He was the most widely read English speaking author in the world, and he is also famous for his bestseller Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town. So, his famous book is Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town. His author Stephen Butler Leacock. His lifetime is 1869 to 1944. Hope you understood. In the next video, I shall be giving you the question answers.